Hi everyone and welcome to my channel. My name is Katariina and I'd like to welcome you to this soft hip opening flow that we'll be going through today. We can start right here, sitting cross-legged on our mats. And we'll bring our hands onto the knees. And for a few breaths, a few moments, you can close the eyes. Start to lengthen through the spine as we start to drop here into this moment, into this practice. Good. Make one big circle with the shoulders, drawing them back and down. And then keep melting them down away from the ears. The back of the neck is long, the face is soft. We'll draw a deep inhale in through the nose and out through the nose. Take another one like that. Inhale and exhale. One more deep inhale. And then exhale, release the air out. And then open the eyes. And we'll start to make circles with the upper body. You can start in whichever direction you like. Moving to the side, towards the back, rounding the spine. Through the other side, and maybe you lengthen the spine at the very front. Moving through the side again, chin to chest as you round the spine. Through the other side and forward. Good. You can move in your own pace, in your own way. The next time we end up at the front of the mat, we're going to start to fold over the legs. Reach the arms forward as far as feels good at this point. You start to feel a stretch in the hips. Good. Take an inhale here. And then as we exhale, we walk the hands back in, straighten the spine. Then we're going to switch the position around so that we switch the leg that's in front. Bring your hands back onto the knees and we start circles to the other direction. Move forward through the side, drawing back through the other side and forward. Exhale as you round the spine at the back and then move forward. Good. One more full circle. And then as you next come forward, we'll start to walk the hands out in front of us, folding over the legs. Starting to create space in the hips. Good. Take one more inhale here. And then exhale, hands come back up. We'll then turn on our mats so that we come onto all fours. So hands under the shoulders, knees under the hips. We'll take 3 rounds of cat and cow, so start to reach through the chest and the sitting bones. And then exhale, round the spine, chin to chest. Inhale, open up. Gazing up as you lift the sitting bones, melt the heart. And exhale, round. We'll do one more round. Inhale. And exhale. Good. Then return to a neutral spine. We'll kick our right leg back as we inhale, reaching through that leg. Maybe engaging through the core so you keep your stability and the squaring of the hips. Take another inhale, reach the foot a little bit higher. And then as we exhale, we start to open the hip, bend the knee, and bring the knee towards the right tricep. So big circle with the knee. Inhale to move it back and up again. And exhale, big circle. Inhale, kick back. And exhale, Create that circle. Then we inhale the leg back. Keep it there as you lengthen through the spine. And then as we exhale, we hug the knee towards the chest and then step it forward. You can adjust the position of the feet and the legs. Maybe you step the back knee a little bit further. So the left knee is on the mat. Good. We lengthen through the spine as we come into this low lunge. Inhale and exhale. We then lift all the way up, reaching up through the arms. And keep breathing. Good. Take one more inhale here. And then as we exhale, we bring the hands back onto the mat. Move our weight back onto the left knee. The right leg starts to straighten out. You can bring your fingertips onto the mat or the full palm as well if you can reach. If this feels a bit much, you can also slightly bend the right knee. We create a long spine for one more inhale. And then as we exhale, we bend the front knee again, coming back into that low lunge position. From here, we start to open the right foot out to the side. You can bring both hands onto the inside of the right foot. You can then actively push the right knee away from you, maybe even coming onto the outer edge of that right foot. Coming into a lizard pose, maybe coming all the way onto the forearms. See how that feels in the hips. You can gently sway from side to side if that feels nice. And keep taking deep breaths in this deep hip opener. Good. One more inhale. And then exhale, come back onto the hands. We're going to tuck the left toes under and push back into a plank and then downward facing dog. You can walk the feet out, bend one knee at a time. Create length in the spine as you arrive in your first down dog of this practice. See if you can keep pressing the palms firmly onto the mat. Arms are long and the spine is long. Good. Take one more inhale here. And then as we exhale, we lower the knees back onto the mat. We then inhale, reaching the left leg back up behind us, moving on to the other side. Good. Take another inhale, reach a little bit further, lengthen through the spine. And then we open the hip, bend the knee, and start to draw the knee in. Inhale, kick back. And exhale, big circle. Inhale, kick back. And exhale, final one. Then we kick the leg back, lengthen through the spine. And then as you exhale, draw the knee in and step it between the hands. You can then slide the right knee back slightly, coming into your low lunge position. Reach through the chest, lengthen the spine. Good. We then inhale, reach the arms up. Maybe the hips start to drop a little bit lower at this point. And breathe. Take one more inhale here. And then we exhale, bringing the hands back down. Move the weight onto the right knee. The left leg straightens. Good. Bringing the hands approximately under the shoulders. And from here we lengthen the spine. And keep breathing. Take one more inhale. And then as we exhale, we bend the left knee again. Now bringing both hands onto the inside of the left foot and start to open the foot out to the side. You can then press the knee away, opening through the hip, maybe coming onto the outer edge of that left foot. Then if you want to, you can also come onto the forearms. See what feels best for your hips. And then you can sway from side to side if that felt good. And breathe. One more inhale. And then we come back up onto the hands as we exhale. Tuck the right toes under. Step into a plank pose. Bring the knees down. And now we lower the whole body down. We inhale into a cobra. Reach up through the chest. Exhale. Come back down. Then push onto hands and knees. Tuck the toes under. And downward facing dog. Good. Take one full breath here. Inhale. And exhale. We then come onto the tiptoes as we inhale. Exhale, bend the knees, and then you can either take a small hop or a big step towards the top of the mat. We bring the feet onto both sides of the mat, and then lower the hips down into Malasana, so a yogi squat. You can either come all the way down or maybe stay a little bit higher, see what feels best for you. We bring the elbows to the insides of the knees, and then keep pressing the knees away from you, hands at heart center. Lengthening through the spine, opening through the inner thighs, and breathe. Take one more breath. Then as we exhale, we release the hands down and tilt the hips up, coming into a forward fold. You can walk the feet a little bit closer to each other. Inhale, lengthen through the spine, and then exhale, fold over. We then step back into a downward facing dog. Good. And a full breath here. We then inhale the right leg up behind us. And then as you exhale, step the foot forward, drawing the knee towards the chest. We turn the left heel behind us, getting ready for warrior one as we inhale. And then drop lower. Take another inhale here. And then as we exhale, we come into warrior two. So slightly opening the stance, open the arms out to the sides. Good. Keep breathing, sinking into the hips. Take an inhale here. And then as we exhale, we come into Skandasana at the back of the mat. So we start to bend the left knee, hands come to heart center. Open through the right inner thigh. Good. You can also stay a little bit higher up, for example here. Maybe the hands come down onto the mat, or then they come to heart center. See what feels better for you. Take one more inhale. And then exhale, come back into warrior two. We take one inhale here. And then exhale, cartwheel the hands back onto the mat. We step back into a plank. If you want to go through a vinyasa, you can. Maybe bring the knees down, all the way down. Inhale into a cobra. Exhale, come back down. Push onto hands and knees. Tuck the toes under and downward facing dog. Good. We then reach the left leg up behind us as we inhale. And exhale, step the foot forward. Turning the right heel behind you. Inhale, come all the way into warrior one. And exhale, drop a little bit lower. Take another inhale, reaching up. And then exhale, open into warrior two. Slightly widening the stance. Good. Take two more breaths here. Second one, inhale. And then as we exhale, we start to come towards the back of the mat, Skandasana, bending the right knee. So see how low you want to go. If you're able to keep the right heel grounded, it might be easier to come down. But if that's not possible, you can also stay up here, maybe with the hands down. Take an inhale. And then as we exhale, press back up. Warrior two. Inhale here. And then exhale, the hands come down. And now we step into a downward facing dog. Take a full breath here. Well done. Then we reach the right leg up behind us again. And as you exhale, start to draw the knee towards the chest and then place it down close to the right wrist, coming into a pigeon pose. We slide the left leg back, bringing the hips close to the mat. If you need to adjust the right leg, feel free. We first lengthen the spine here, inhale. And then as you exhale, you can start to fold over the front leg. We'll take a few deep breaths here. See if you can start to release the right side of the hips, the right glute onto the mat. Take one more inhale. And then as you exhale, find your way back onto the palms. From here, we're going to bring our weight onto the right side and simply swing the left leg over. We swing it all the way over the right thigh. And turn around, coming into Gomakasana, so shoelace pose. What we're trying to do is bring the left foot, so the top foot, as far over as we can. It might not look like this. It could also look something like this. Or if this all feels a bit uncomfortable for the hips and the knees, you can open the position out as well. Just make sure that on this side, you keep the left foot either on top of the right or in front. And whichever variation you're in, you can either stay up here, making sure the sitting bones are grounded, or you can start to fold over the legs. See which feels better for your hips and for your legs. We take 3 full breaths here. Final breath. Exhale out. You can easily come out of here by slightly leaning back, unraveling the legs, and then we'll come over the ankles and the knees into a downward facing dog. Just so that we can start to move towards the left side. So we reach the left leg up behind us. And then as you exhale, start to move the knee forward and place it down close to the left wrist. The right leg can slide back. The left hip, or the left side of the hip, comes closer to the mat. Good. Then inhale, lengthen through the spine. And exhale, fold over. Taking those deep breaths again. Bringing your awareness back to the body and back to the breath. Final full breath on this side. And then as you exhale, you can start to come back onto the hands. Then we bring our weight over to the left side, swing the right leg over. I'm going to turn around again. So the right leg now comes all the way over the left one. You can bring the knees as close to each other if you have the mobility in the hips. If not, you can also keep the position a little bit more open, maybe all the way here. See what feels best for you. And then either staying upright or folding over the legs. So up to you. Just being quite present with what you're feeling around the hips and make sure that at no point do you feel pain in the knees. We take 3 more breaths here. can then gently lean back, unravel the legs. Then we'll come and lie down on the mat, hugging the knees in towards the chest. And then we open the legs out into a happy baby pose. So you can either grab the ankles, maybe the big toes, or then the outer edges of the feet. See what feels best for you, what you can easily reach. And after we've grabbed a hold of the feet or the ankles, see if you can start to ground down the lower back. So basically lengthening through the whole spine. So grounding the lower back down, and then from there, as you start to pull the legs towards you, you'll find a nice opening in the hips and the inner thighs. Take one more inhale here. And then exhale, we release the feet. You can bring them onto the mat. And then we'll bring the soles of the feet together and open the knees out. Coming to rest on the mat. See if you can create heaviness through the legs so that the knees can organically start to melt towards the mat, creating a nice stretch in the inner thighs, maybe a release in the lower back. And we take a few breaths here. If you want to, you can bring one hand on the belly and one hand on the chest as we start to ground back down. Dropping back into the body, back into yourself, as you let the earth take you here. See if you can relax through the entire body. The arms and the shoulders are soft. Same with the neck and all of the muscles around the head and the face. Your core is relaxed. And the knees are melting towards the mat as well. And as we drop our awareness back into the body, we also start to express gratitude and appreciation for our bodies. All the amazing things they can do. All the amazing ways in which our body serves us. Just sitting with that thought as you melt a little bit deeper. You can then release the arms, slowly bring the legs back together. We'll hug the knees in towards the chest. And then from here you can gently sway from side to side. And then finally drop the legs onto one side. And from there, when you're ready, you can come all the way back up into a seat. Lengthen the spine. Relax the shoulders. Eyes can still be closed. We then bring our hands to heart center, expressing gratitude to ourselves for this practice. And then when you're ready, you can bow your head towards the hands. Thank you. Thank you so much for joining me for this practice. If you enjoyed it and if you'd like to see more yoga from me, you can subscribe to my channel, and I appreciate every like and every comment below the video. I really, really appreciate all the support. Thank you so much, and I hope I see you here next week as well.